All right, class, settle down. Class is in session. Everyone get to your seats. Hey there, YouTube. I'm Yukitsu. This is the Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to Don't Starve. And, well, at this point in time, I'm basically done the actual learning part of my tutorial. So what we're going to do now is basically what I consider screwing about. So, we're going to do some interior decorating, and for that, we're going to have to go do some dangerous stuff that I wouldn't really recommend you do unless you're interior decorating and are pretty confident that you'll survive and or have a whole ton of setup things that'll help you live. Now, we're going to make sure that we're well stocked for this expedition, since when you're decorating the inside of your fort, you want to go all out and get the nice stone from Maxwell's biome and have a really nice set of whatever it is you're trying to get. So the marble stone tile is nice, the marble is really nice. So I'm going to get myself a couple of honey hams. I'm going to be cooking those throughout the night to get rid of some of this older meat. I'm going to bring some jerky as well, and we'll bring that with us. See how that goes. I'm going to harvest this crop here, this corn, just because I don't really need it. Plant some more seeds. I'm not sure what I really want to grow there, but I'd like to grow something other than corn. I'm going to eat all these berries as well before we head out, top off, and make sure that we've got all our equipment that we're going to need. So one of the things that we need, we haven't made yet, is a pitchfork, which is what you use to pick up terrain. So let's go into tools and get a pitchfork. There we go. Okay, so this is used for picking up dirt blocks. So if I were to go up here, for instance, I could right click and get a patch of grass turf, and you can plant it down and it'll make a piece of grass on the ground. So that's going to be one thing that we're going to be getting. Another thing that I'm going to be looking out for is a lot of stone, and we're going to use that for our walls because the stone walls look pretty nice. And that'll basically be what we're going to be up to. When you're going on these sort of expeditions, it's a good idea to sort of empty out some things from your backpack that you're not going to need, like these pine cones. I always called these pancakes for some reason. I'm hungry, I guess. Anyway, we're going to drop these off so that we've got a little bit of extra space in our old inventory here. We're going to get our axe and we're going to chop ourselves some wood because we will be camping out a little bit out there. We can't really afford to be doing too much nighttime running right now, just because like we'll want to stick near the... I have a full stack of wood. We aren't going to need that in all honesty, just because we're going to know what's down there already. We don't need to explore, so we're just going to camp out by the stuff that we want. Let's see. Where's my beekeeper's hat? Gonna pluck our beekeeper's hat once more before we go. I need to really reorganize these chests. You know, it's probably just in my inventory. It is. I'm such a noob. I am noob. Anyway, we got a few seconds until... Oh, righto. Oh, well, I don't really care about you and your bees. Okay. But like I said, yeah, I need to sort of sort through my inventory here and drop off things that I don't really need all that much. Let's put these in Chester there. Let's put the spear here in here where I've been storing that up. You know, Chester can take a lot of things that you're not really going to be using that much of while you're on these little outings. Don't really think I need this much grass, so I'll give, oh no, so, that'll do. I think that's enough space for now. It's a pretty full inventory, but I'm going to eat this corn come morning. Let's harvest this up. Make ourselves one more of these. That's all we'll bring on our little expedition here. And that. And once morning comes, we'll be set out to go. We'll be going in through the wormhole, just because that's probably the safest way to get there, or at least it's the fastest way to get there. Can consolidate that there. I guess I didn't need the rope to build that. What do you know? I thought I needed a rope for a pitchfork. Turns out you don't. Alright, Chester, have some rope. I'll eat the corn now. Forgot to cook it. I prefer popcorn. Someone was in the comment section saying that popcorn less helpful than corn, which is true, but I have too much food. I mean, I've literally got... I've got jerky rotting in my fridge, and I've got a pile of eggs that I have to eat. And I've got 3 honey hams. So, you know, as accurate as they are, I get the feeling like that's not really necessary at the position I'm in. Okay, so I'm just going to go pick up that honey that I left on the ground here. Ouch. There we go. I would kind of like to drop off the stale meat somewhere, but I'm probably just going to have to throw it in the fridge for now. Hold on one second. Okay, well anyway, we're back, and we're ready to jump in the hole here. Let's head on in. Now, interior decorating is probably the most dangerous part of this game, in a lot of respects. Especially when, you know, they've got, like, spider queens everywhere, blocking your path a bit. You know, she should be planting herself back down pretty soon, and she'll turn into a Tier 1 spider nest, so we don't have to worry about that too much. But for now, we have to get our way up to Maxwell's biome, where we're going to be pickaxing away until we've got ourselves a nice chunk of pillar, chunk of marble, I mean. Hopefully this will work out well enough. You can also take the flowers, turn it into nightmare fuel, but honestly that's probably not in our best interest right now since we're not the highest on sanity. We're at 145. Let's get to Chester here. Let's get our grass and our flints. Okay. There we go. Okay, so these pillars in Maxwell's biome can be mined for marble, and it drops like 2 pieces per statue. Sometimes you get 3, sometimes you only get 1. But normally there are those clockwork knights and those clockwork bishops. You can see a knight still alive up there near the top, but we'll be able to dispatch him, or our pigman friend will do it for us. We'll let the pigman fight it out there while we mine all this up here. Hopefully they'll kill him and we'll get some meat. Oh. The problem with mining marble is that it destroys your stuff incredibly quickly. Alright, so a little bit of unexpected free meat. Perfect. Okay, so let's use this actually. Broader. Okay. Drop this off in Chester. And there's a lot of the stuff to go through here, so try and get it all at once so you don't have to keep coming back here. Sanity's going down pretty fast, but I've got some jerky that'll help me cope a little bit. Hopefully that'll keep me through this. I've lost a little bit of health, and my helmet is going to break on one more hit, so gotta make the best out of that. Try not to get hit on the way back. Balls. I'm just gonna make 2 of these at a time. There we go. Okay. And once we've done all the marble, mined all the marble up, we're going to also pick up all the floor tiles around here, the decorative marble checkerboard stuff, because I quite like that, and the carpet. And you can make the carpet pretty easily yourself, but it's easier to just pick it up here. Now, marble currently can be used for 2 things as far as I'm aware. You can use it to make a marble suit of armor. We have the shadow armor, which is in a lot of ways superior, so we're not going to bother with that. Instead, we're going to just make sure that we've got ourselves, no, bollocks. Yeah, well, whatever. We're just going to make sure that we've got plenty of this marble that we're going to use, and we're going to use it for more flooring, since you aren't going to be able to make an entire base with just the stuff you pick up here. So supplement it with this marble floor that you can make out of these marble chunks that you pick up from mining, and that'll be fine, because we don't want the marble armor, we don't need it. The stuff breaks so quickly anyway, I find that it's not worth building. And honestly, marble armor is really bad since it prevents you from dodging or kiting anything. Bad example today since I wasn't trying to dodge, but that's because I don't really fight those clockwork knights often enough, and I had enough armor that I didn't think was worthwhile. Okay, so next up, I'm going to start digging up all these tiles. The way I tend to do it is I just dig up everything all at once, and then I go back around and pick up all the pieces. It's 10 of these to a single stack, so you are going to run out of inventory space very quickly while doing this. Especially if you're trying to also bring up these shag carpet thingies as well that are just made out of beefalo fur. probably faster for me to just use the beefalo fur rather than doing it this way, but I like to just take the stuff with me while I'm down here. I may as well. No point letting it just sit here in the middle of nowhere. Now, I'm also probably going to make an exploration outpost, probably closer to down here actually, but I'll just make that out of wood since it doesn't need to be that fancy or that good. So as you can see, it's a good thing that I brought food because this is a multi-day project, collecting all this nonsense. Unless your base is very close by, you're going to want to have some food or something with you. There we go. Okay, I forgot to mine up this, so let's finish that off. Yeah, one more hit, figured. We're almost to night, so we're going to have to stop relatively soon. We don't want to camp in here just because that'll be too close to those sanity-draining evil flowers. So we're going to head out just a little bit north of here since we don't want to move any closer to the spiders. And then we're going to set up camp. Cook ourselves up a nice little meal of, well, all our food's actually been pre-prepared before we left, so let's head on up here. Let's try and camp near some resources that we can work with for the night. There we go. We'll eat ourselves a honey ham. Pretty good on health. Our sanity could do with a little bit of a boost still, but we'll deal with the rest of that when we get home. For now, let's just chop down this tree. Hope we don't get attacked by a tree guard, because that would suck. And hunker down for the night. I'm going to keep the couple of pine cones that I find for now, just because I want to be able to fend off a tree guard if he shows up. I'm going to take this grass as well. Some saplings. And for a similar reason, I'm not going to cut down those lumpy trees, just because they don't give me pine cones and they can still summon tree guards. So, because I don't want to really be fighting a tree guard at night near the all the insanity-inducing stuff when I'm already at 125. Not a healthy idea, really. Let's see. Alright. Let's add a little fuel to this fire. Get it nice and bright and roaring. And just wait for morning to come. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of marble, 31. But that's pretty much all the marble in the world, unless there's a graveyard, Maxwell's biome. Sometimes you see those, or there are other places where you can find statues in the world sometimes. But they're quite rare, so this might be all the marble in the world, except for, of course, the resurrection stones. You can get 2 of these from every time you die and use a resurrection table, or whatever they're called. But I haven't really died yet, so I haven't gotten any marble from that. I think part of the reason that the stuff is so rare is that it's really useless. It's almost entirely just sort of a vanity project. It's for aesthetic purposes only. So, you know, you don't really need it, and there's not much of it around, so don't worry too much about if you can find it or not. I'm just going to add these to the fire since, you know, we didn't get attacked by a tree guard at night, so we're pretty much fine. Okay, we're going to start picking up all this checkerboard flooring. It's the nicest flooring in the game, in my opinion, but that's probably just because it's so rare. We're going to take the beefalo flooring as well. And as you can see, I'm already at full stack of that. Eat these seeds, pop them back, and that'll let me carry another stack of 10 of them. Where'd my pitchfork go? There it is. And just continue on here. We're probably going to be down to like 50 insanity by the time we get back. So when we get back, we're going to go harvest a bunch of honey again, and we're going to turn it into taffy, and we're going to eat that. Hopefully it'll rain as well pretty soon so that we can get some green mushrooms and eat those. Or is it blue mushrooms? I can't remember sometimes. I guess we're going to be experimenting with mushrooms, kids. Always a good thing to do. No, don't experiment with mushrooms. Let's see. Given the way my inventory is sort of set up right now, I'm not going to be able to carry all this back. So what I'm going to end up doing is eating more food than I really need to. I always bring more food than I need to these expeditions because you never know what's going to happen. You might get waylaid by like a million Krapuses or something and end up needing to eat all your food for some reason. You know, stuff like that. Okay. So what can you do here for me? Well, we don't really need niter, so I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to give you this, and that'll be good. Alright, Chester. So these are the sort of expeditions that I actually do wait till I've got Chester for. Otherwise, you don't really need them. Oops. There we go. Usually I get about 50 of these per Maxwell's biome, which is 5 stacks, which is a lot of stuff, and then a lot less rug. I'll probably have to make more rug of my own, and that's fine. It's not too hard to get. I'll just shave the beefalo one night, hopefully not die in the process. And once again, we're looking at a full set of that, so let's eat one of these. Let's look in Chester again. Chester, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna leave this rope here. What the hell? Alright, yeah. There we go. And the last clump of it's up here. Once I've gotten this, I'll be able to go back home. That helped with my sanity quite a bit, back up to 144, so after eating that I should be relatively safe. Looks like I'm going to have just enough inventory space to fill that up and then start heading home. Okay, so we've got all the stuff down here that's of any use. We'll look around for some more cobblestone as well in one of the rock biomes while we're around, but we're not going to get it right now since our inventory's so full. We're going to need another chest for all this stuff, that's fine. But basically, we're doing pretty well here. We're up the first step of our little decoration project. Okay, let's slip around through there, get back to our hole in the ground here. There we go. It's a good thing the spiders don't know how to use these wormholes. I would probably be in a lot more trouble. Okay. Let's build another box, I guess. We're fine. Okay, I can put these down for now. Just as long as they don't get struck by lightning, I'm fine. Okay, I'm going to put my decorations chest down here. And I'm just going to drop all this nonsense in here. And the reason I put stuff in boxes when a lot of people say you can just leave it on the ground is that I really don't want it to catch fire. That's the only real reason here. Okay, Chester, let's have that piece of meat. I'm going to take all 3 of these actually. And we're going to put them on the racks. And once all this meat's on the rack, we're going to go harvest some honey. No, there's not enough honey to make it worth harvesting. Okay, so let's just toss this in the old ice box here. Bollocks. Let's put one in each of these rows, I guess. I don't really know which of these is less stale than the others. Okay. And there we go. And I need to look into doing something with all this nonsense here too. Because we have got like so much meat, it's getting silly. Okay. But, you know, that's what happens when you're doing pretty well for yourself. Anyway, next step of decoration is you start digging up all of these dirt patches around your base. And this is all the area that we're going to be replacing. Now, I'm going to leave that pig house out of this main decorated area. So what we're actually going to do is have a separate little bump out here that's going to sort of terrace around him. He's going to live in a corner, sort of. There we go. I think this is a good limit for our base. Everything beyond this border is going to be considered outside. Down around here. Now, these grass turfs, since I don't really happen to like them for anything, you can use these as a really pretty decent source of fuel. Now, the problem is they're non-replenishable, so make absolute certain that you don't like whatever one you're burning. Some types of turf are replenishable, like you can make plenty of, or an unlimited number of certain types of wood turf, if I recall correctly. I think you can make as many carpets as you want, but other types are limited, so be careful that you don't dig up an irreplaceable carpet or turf type. Oops. There you go. As you can see, very strong fuel source. So that's going to help us see through the night. In fact, I'm going to light up both fires just because I've got so much damn stuff here. And lighting up both fires is also going to let me dig through the night here. Let's dig this up. Now what I like to do is have my sort of more industrially sciencey area with my science machine, my alchemy engine, with the tile floor, and then I like to separate it from my sort of sleeping area, which is the tent. I've got the shadow manipulator, little snack thing, and I like to have the carpet here because it's sort of more homey and comfortable looking. But you can have it sort of arranged however you like. I'm at that point where I should probably actually consider building another, what's it called, another lightning rod. Alright. And I'm also probably going to have my farms be indoors, so I'm going to farm this area as well. There we go. We're going to extend this wall down this way. And same thing, this pig is going to be just outside of our borders. What we're going to do is give those guys the cobblestone floor, and I'm going to make it sort of like a pig village outside of my castle, and I'm going to be the lord that lords over the poor pig people, those plebeian simpletons that inhabit my domain and work for me in repayment of meat, which we'll probably be doing later, but you know, most of the time I don't really need their help for anything, so I don't give them anything. Okay. This is looking like a pretty good area that I've cut out for myself here. So let's get in our chest here. Let's grab up a bunch of these. And these are definitely going to be, first and foremost, our exterior. So we're going to do this even for our little separated bedroom. And they make for the better sort of, oops, bollocks. There we go. They make for a better sort of a frame, I think, so that's how I tend to start these. I'm probably going to run out before I finish this whole area, so I'm going to definitely make some more, but that's what I use marble for. Oh, damn it. 1 second.